Hi, everybody. It's Marnie Martin with Vista Wine Group, and you're watching the BC Wine Show, where I interview some of BC's most successful winemakers and industry pros as to how and why they do what they do and what they're up to next. So pour yourself a glass, and we'll see you on the inside. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the BC Wine Show. I'm Marnie Martin with Vista Wine Group, and today I have Wes Johnson from the beautiful Kootenay area in Creston, BC, from Baillie Grohman Winery. It's so awesome to have a chance to sit and talk with you today.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, it's great. And so, how's everything going up at the winery right now with all the craziness that's going on?
We're doing well. We're keeping our heads up for sure. Hoping to open, whenever the green light's a given.
Yeah. I think it's been about 2 years since we actually met for the very first time at Savon. And
Yes.
I remember being really taken by your passion and your dad's passion. And I think there's a really beautiful component when families can work together and have this really neat energy exchange. And so I'd love to hear a little bit about your journey as to how you kind of came to be the winemaker in your parents' vineyard. And then, yeah, I'd love to just know a little bit more for our viewers.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we sort of started out. My family was in Alberta. That's where I grew up, and didn't really know anything about the wine industry. But my parents had sort of this idea of starting a winery, and we'd always been coming to BC, to Creston in particular, because we had family out here. And so we knew it was a beautiful area. We knew that lots of fruit could grow here.
Yeah.
And then there was actually a winery next door before my parents bought the property. And then they just kind of dove right in and moved out from Alberta. And and then they just my mom took the viticulture course down in Washington, and then they just started working on it and kept it going. She sort of was the driver behind it in the beginning, and it's done such an amazing job to get it where it is today.
Absolutely. So you
Uh,
had a very unique experience getting to go to school in New Zealand. Is that right?
yes, yeah. So I started in 2009 with the first harvest because I sort of stopped going to school and then came out and was working here, and they needed some help. And then I met our Kiwi winemaker who gave me the opportunity and a little bit of apprenticing, and said there was a good school that he went to in New Zealand. And I did a wine science degree at EIT in Napier. It was amazing, amazing journey. New Zealand's such a beautiful area, and there's so many similarities to Canada. The climate and sort of the culture there is amazing, and it has such a similar sort of wine program as well. So getting to see that as an initial sort of interest into wine, and then coming back here in 2014 as the assistant winemaker, and then I took over in 2016 as
Very cool. So did you come back and work under your previous Kiwi winemaker then?
yeah. So he had been the winemaker the full time since 2009, and then sort of was still working for him and just assistant as once I finished school. And then he stopped in 2016, stopped coming, and I sort of felt like I had enough confidence to take over and really, push the wines in sort of my own sort of style.
Nice. So I imagine with that, you brought some of your own personality to the winemaking process, and you've got some really unique and interesting terroir where you are, and a lot of cool climate grapes grow there. So what are you kind of doing that you're most proud of right now at the winery?
So for us, the thing I think that we're really most proud of is really just the fact that we're a family-owned estate winery. And for us, when I was first starting out, I didn't really know what that meant. But sort of now I get to see that it just is us being able to show our passion in sort of every aspect. of the winemaking process and the grape growing process. You know, you end up having to wear quite a few hats, and you bounce around day to day, and you're doing quite a few different things. But it really allows us to sort of adapt to the changing climates and sort of the changing styles, and we can push which direction we want the wine to go.
Nice. And do you guys see any particular trends coming that you actually are trying to lean into, or is there anything specific that you're doing that's a little bit unique and different that maybe nobody else is doing?
So I feel like wines always have trends, right? So I feel like the sort of upcoming trend is going to be sparkling wine, and we have started a sparkling program. The first one we made was in 2010. A really small production. It was only 2-year-old wines, or 2-year-old second vintage. So we ended up only making 2010, and then 2014 has been our next release. We just released it this year. So it's been a slow process, but we're trying to find our styles, and we are sort of making it into quite a easy drinking, sort of fruit forward, acidic sort of style. But it's done in all the traditional methods, so very hands-on. It's a bit of a labor-intensive wine for us, but we really like to would like to see that increase in production.
Yeah, and sparkling really is big right now. I noticed that a lot, and being in the Save on Foods and just talking to consumers, there's a lot more people actually getting excited about sparkling. So that's awesome that you guys are getting on board.
Really excited.
Yeah. So I also know you guys have a brand new release. It's a rosé that's just come out, and there's a special story behind that one too. And maybe talk about that, and then any other new releases that maybe you guys have coming out.
So we are really excited to introduce our new rosé. We did a little bit of a rebranding on it. It's now called Florence Rosé.
Okay.
And I didn't talk about Baillie Grohman in my introduction, but Baillie Grohman is sort of iconic figurehead of the area. And we were sort of honoring him by naming the winery after him, and his wife is called Florence.
Okay.
So, sort of moves into our brand and sort of our style, and we wanted to honor her as well, and her caring and nurturing spirit.
Yeah, that's great. So how would you describe the way Florence Rosé tastes?
So it's a little bit of a unique style that we do. We skin contact for 3 days. It's made out of 100% Pinot Noir. And I find it really pushes those fruit forward. It's very strawberry, very cranberry, and that extra couple days on skins helps to bring about a tart character. So we get a bit of rhubarb, and then cranberry on the finish, and it really helps to balance sort of this.
That's great. That's actually one of my very favorite styles of rosé. Pinot Noir rosé is one of my favorites, and I love the little bit of a tart finish. That's you don't get that all the time, so that's really great when you can actually achieve that.
Yeah, Pinot Noir it's an amazing grape, and it's so versatile, and it's in our sparkling as well. We do the sparkling is Pinot Noir and Chardonnay, and I think the Pinot Noir just does so well in this area, being a cool climate variety. It grows quite easy for us.
Yeah, I know you guys do some amazing Pinot Noirs. You have more than one that you actually offer. So we'll put the link to the website up here so people can see all the different wines that are available at your winery. But is there any other new releases that you have coming out that you're excited about?
So we will be planting. We're going to be planting a new block in June. So we have 6 more acres coming online, and 2 of those acres we sort of designated to Cabernet Franc. You know that it can grow in sort of cooler climate areas as well. And we did stop producing one. We were buying fruit from the Okanagan, but we've really been pushing to become fully estate. And it didn't really kind of follow through with our brand. So we're going to be planting that in the next month. And then in the next couple of years, we'll have our estate-grown Cabernet Franc, which will give us another red on the portfolio.
Fantastic. Yeah, I remember having your previous Cab Franc, and it was exquisite. It was really good.
Yeah, such a delicious fruit.
Yeah. What else is new? I know you guys have been doing some renovations. You've been doing a few little changes to add some things to your tasting room. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we've done quite a few sort of revamps on the tasting room. It's looking a little bit different, moved a lot of things around, renovated the kitchen as well. And we're really excited to showcase it this year. Reopening, I guess, but that's hopefully will happen at some point in the near future, midsummer. We're also doing a little bit of landscaping around the area, and we are going to be introducing a sculpture walk, which it's still sort of in its infancy now, but we just added our first sculpture yesterday.
Oh, wow.
A little marble bear from a local artist, Stuart Steinhauer, who does some amazing work.
Wow, it's so amazing because each winery, you know, they're not only producing unique and interesting wines in every single different region of BC, but it seems that every single winery has a really unique way of putting their touch on things and adding that special thing that you just can't find anywhere else. So
for sure, it's all about the experience coming to the winery, right?
absolutely, absolutely. So I really appreciate you spending some time with me today. Like I say, it's been a couple of years since we spoke, and it's even more fun to see you face to face. I do have a question I ask at the end of each interview, and it is, what's in your glass? And that means, what is your favorite BC that you're drinking right now that is not produced at Baillie Grohman?
So one of the wines that I really get into, and I like trying to find sort of different varieties that BC is growing, and it's Dolcette from Mooncursor. We tend to always stop at that tasting room as we leave the Okanagan. Beautiful one.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. Do you have any other words or anything you want to say before we wrap this up?
I hope everyone is staying safe out there, and really, really excited to have people come out to the winery when they eventually can. And please try out our wines.
We'll definitely put a link in here for everybody to find them. So if you haven't had the opportunity to try Baillie Grohman wines, make sure you do check out the link and look for them in your local store. And also don't be afraid to ask for them if you cannot get them in the store where you are located. So I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by the quality and the variety of wines that they produce. So thanks again, Wes. I appreciate it. And you stay safe as well. And I look forward to hopefully speaking with you again soon.
Definitely.
Take care. Now I'd like to hear from you. If you have a comment or a question for a future guest, please put it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to hit the like or subscribe button right down below. You know you want to. Thanks for joining us today on the BC Wine Show. And until next time, stay well, be kind, and as always, enjoy responsibly.